Debating for the third place, which these are in no particular order for me, but
Absolutely.
but I had him for the third place on my list. But actually, I found someone that I think deserves it more. But I'm actually going to start with that one, who is Devin Vassell for the Spurs.
That's a good pick.
That's a great pick. He's on my list too.
He has went in the 3 years from 5 points a game to 12 points a game to 20 points a game. This season, he has played 32 minutes a game. It's only 5 more minutes than he played last season, and has almost doubled his points per game.
Right, and that kind of, I think that's going to be the overarching theme of a lot of our surprising players, is it's just the opportunity. The Spurs are not a great team this year, and nobody expected them to be. And someone has to go out and get those shots, and someone has to take advantage of that opportunity. And again, it'll come full circle later in one of my other ones, but the opportunity is there for Vassell to really shine, and he's really taken hold of that spotlight.
Yeah, he's playing right now with an effective field goal percentage of 55.1. Like,
I did not know it was that high.
Yeah, his PER is 16.9, which is 1.9 above league average.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is. I think he's going to be an amazing asset if he can continue this play. If he goes to maybe another team, or if the Spurs find someone else for him.
I mean, he's still really young.
Yeah, he's only
22.
Yeah, 22.
So he definitely fits the Spurs timeline, depending on how they draft. We've got a very loaded draft class, and they have need at every position. Even if they weren't to get Victor, if they were to get any of those top players to build around Vassell, and not necessarily, but like, you don't build around Devin Vassell, but
yeah, obviously, but well, we don't know that yet.
Around him.
People said that about Kawhi too when he first joined the league.
True. But Angelo, it sounded like you were about to say something.
Yes, he's a surprise. You were talking about, like, onto the next team, like, being a role player. How much of Vassell's production is the someone's got to score syndrome, and can he, granted you said he's young, but can he continue to progress, and can he eventually be a role player or a starter on something bigger than a bottom-feeding Spurs team?
He's showing progression. I mean, like I said, he went from 5 to 12 to 20 points a game in 3 seasons. That's progression. Whether it's having to score syndrome or not, actually another person on my list had the same issue said about him. They said, can he go out and score like that? And he continued to do it.
And I think that's a fair... Like, I'm always of the mind that someone has to go get the buckets, and that's a fair judgment. But at the same time, like, what we're seeing from Vassell is something, even if he's not a starter or a key contributor, you want that on your team, because he's shooting really well. I think he's shooting 41% from 3. And like Adam already said, he has the effective field goal percent of 55%. Like, even if that's a 7th man, I'm taking that on any team, because if you know he can go out and get that, that gives you a lot of depth.
The only thing I can say bad about him, and for each of my people, I did write like something bad about them. But the only thing I can say bad about him is that his defense has taken a hit because he's focusing so much on scoring. But if you're spending that much time scoring, you're going to be tired on defense. You're going to be taking breaks there.
Right, and he's also
22.
Yeah.
But okay.
So I wouldn't be worried about that. That's a very good pick for an uplift, and I think it's a bright spot on that Spurs team. And they need one.